Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. And I've headed this up, why don't we move, in inverted commas, the 3? I could just as easily have headed it up, why don't we move the 2? Because this sort of expression, for those of my pupils who are either starting out in algebra or are confused by algebra, this really is a problem for them. They're told that the order of operations says that you do brackets or parentheses depending on where you come from, indices, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's the order in which you do things. And they look at this and they go, oh, well, that's a division. So why don't I move the 3? That's not the way to do this. Is the simple answer. This is a number, and let's just say that we had this. Let's make it a little more interesting. We've got this. Now, what would you do? Well, if this weren't there, most of my pupils would say move the 2, subtract 2 from both sides, x equals -2. This might confuse them a little bit, but 2 divided by 1 is 2, so hopefully they could simplify that. If I were to play devil's advocate and do something like this, I think that many of my pupils would say, oh, just move this, put it over here, and x is equal to -0.6 recurring. Well, isn't that what this is? That would be my question. The general rule is that if you have a fraction in this position, and it's not multiplying something, now that's important, it's not multiplying something, that you can simply just pick it up and move it over here, as I like to express it, or subtract 2/3 from both sides, and the answer is that you get x is equal to -2/3. It's simple, yet people find it confusing, and I hope that this has gone some way towards easing that confusion. If this is on its own, treat it as a number. If it's up against a letter, then that's another story, and there's a different answer. There's a different answer for that. But if, as I say, you were to consider this as this, the answer is much clearer. If you were to consider this as simply that, again the answer is pretty clear. So, why would you treat this number any differently to this number or this number? Good question. Yet people do, and it's one of the things that I keep repeating to students. It's this: if the rule says that you do something in this circumstance, then when these numbers change, provided nothing else changes, you do the same thing. The changing of the numbers does not necessarily augur any change in method. Something like this where we've got 2/3 times x, now that is a very different story. That and this we treat quite differently. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for those who are confused by this. And for those of you who aren't, just remember, don't laugh at this, because the minute you laugh, you'll turn around and make some very obvious mistake yourself. The one thing that maths teaches you is hopefully to be a little bit humble about these things. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.